currency, streams of income, cash flow, liquid assets. Why is money associated with water terms? Well, I'm 80% water. Am I the real money? The true currency? Come out of hiding ancient wisdom. I'm ready to see what true abundance is, that I've been misinformed and hidden from. I am abundant. I'm immeasurable. My worth is beyond modern day comprehension. I'm healed from and so done with scarcity thinking. It doesn't belong to my mind. My worthiness is inherited. I don't have to earn it. I know driven behavior towards money overheats the mind with compulsion. I ain't doing that no more. I relax myself when I'm being tested in my initiation into flow and love. I call forth all the blessings that belong to me from the north, the south, east, and west. Pull up. It's all coming out of hiding, so I walk into the very existence of I am, full of opulence, luxury, infinite value, and vibrational drip. 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 Vibrational drip. My birth is authenticated. I won't be owned by dark systems. I am a brilliant divine DNA that flows in my body, not Russian in race. My birthright is freedom. I am cash flow, liberated to a sovereign status. See, what I gotta know and own is that I am being trustworthy with cash flow and my energetic wealth. With divine support, I am searching my heart for any selfish ambition, pride, greed, and smoke and mirror endeavors. Flush it out of me, Most High. I'm a wave all by myself, calm steady. My time and energy are currency. There is no top, there is no finish line. I'm on some get my mind right for my right money type ish. I won't hide behind my dopeness to avoid getting physically healthy. Prioritizing my to-do list is my spiritual practice. I won't be seduced by the popular messages of building legacy.
Right, that is Tony Jones. Tony Jones. I have news for you. I have news for you. We are going to investigate what's happening in the world today. And this is breaking news. This is brand new. It's only a few days old, so hang on one second. All right, so this is going to be a two-part, maybe a three-part video, as you can see. Heck, I might even break it into like 4 or 5 parts. It's a 2-hour video, so I gotta break it down for y'all because, again, you guys have a very long attention span. You see how I'm doing that? I'm not giving you a curse. I'm actually giving you, power, because a lot of people won't watch more than 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But I think I know. I think it's about the fact that sometimes the truth is difficult. I had a book I was reading once, and I couldn't finish that whole book. I had to keep putting that book down, and it was just too much truth. It was against what I had been taught, but it was facts, and it had receipts, and I could not deny it. An open mind is something that does not belong to everyone. If you looked at my last Bobby Hemmitt, I think I uploaded it to y'all. If you look at my last Bobby Hemmitt video, 3 types of people in the world. There's 3 types of people in the world. And if you're an automaton, you ain't want to hear this. So, but if you are either intelligent, and definitely if you're woke, you'll get this. For those of you who already know who Bobby is, get your popcorn, get your drink, whatever it is you like, lemonade, wine, and sit back. This is a good one.
Stuff sounds strange is because I don't do what you would call Afrocentricity, or the regular historical lecture that you had seen with the ASCAC conference and that on back. That was for those particular people, and all of this particular stuff, whatever you're in, is all one piece to the puzzle. But my thing is based on esoteric teachings, that which is hidden, the stuff that you don't normally see, and the stuff that is really not literal in a literal sense. Your Bible gives you a lot of energy, a lot of things on the literal sense, which is not literal, it is esoteric other than exoteric. So you thinking it's time stories, you thinking it's parables and all that, and all the particular stuff they're talking about is within other than without. You see what I'm saying? So when we go deeper into these things, Israel, Isis, Ra, and the son El, which means son, you see what I'm saying, are God, Israel, Isis, which means black people. Jerusalem means the soul, the place. Anytime they give you a place, a temple, or anything like that, they're talking about inward and not a particular land mass. You see what I'm saying? So the Holy Land is within. So we're going to deal with those particular things. But right now, what we want to do, we want to deal with the Oklahoma thing. Now, I think the last time I came, I told people that, I think I cut this off. Okay, no, that's not it. I told the people that on March 24th, Janet Reno established a particular strike force to strike and to watch out or to go in and wipe out police. Okay? Now, we have the actual document. It's just that I went to Hampton University and I gave the brothers a bunch of the papers on this stuff, and I told them to Xerox stuff and mail it back in a week. Well, it's been 3 weeks, but you know how brothers and sisters are. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get the actual document back in time to show you, but I received the document in Indiana, but I received a small subsequent document from Detroit, but I received the entire 3-page document on this Janet Reno strike force against all the militias that were supposed to go in act on March 24th. Okay, and the next thing we know, some building gets blown up. And what happens? As a result of the building, what? They go after the militia. Okay? We know now, based on the spiritual challenge and based on we was waiting on it, that the government is the one that blew up the doggone building. You see? Now, all you got to do is track back in history. First of all, the first thing they do when they do this particular thing is they catch the person in 2 or 3 days to a week. Now, the last time they had this big conspiracy and they caught the people from 2 or 3 days in a week was Lee Harvey Oswald. It's the same story. They caught him in 2 or 3 days, or either in a week, or when another conspiratorial story was the James Earl Ray. You see what I'm saying? So they have carefully planned this thing all the way out to go against the militia. Now, what's this cracker? This new type of Ku Klux Klan. He doesn't wear the sheets and all of them. Tom Metzger. Tom Metzger told Reverend Rufont, what's his name from New York, Sharpton, told him that any laws that you pass against me is for you. You don't know who Ku Klux Klansmen and skinheads are. Like he said on Montel Williams, our skin is our uniform. So you thinking of the same Ku Klux Klansmen and the militia, and you don't even understand that the militias that they are actually talking about is you. Now, what is the
anybody now, you know, everybody on my YouTube page knows what I talk about all the time. Everybody on my YouTube page knows exactly what I talk about all the time. Now, did you hear what he said? He said it twice. The militia is you. They're not worried about those people, those white nationalists at all. They say it on the news to give you some comfort, but they're not concerned with them people. If they let them people walk up in the White House and smear human shit on the walls, they are not. And then I also saw the videos. They help those white people, the older ones, down the steps, holding their arm, making sure they don't fall. The police. I'm watching this. But y'all believe that they you know, they're really policing people. I mean, and he said it. So when they set up all this stuff against militias, they did it because of the Black Panthers. They did it because the Deacons for Defense. See, they had been through that. They learned. Take them a couple of times. They learned. Now they said we can't let these Negroes have no militia. We got, it's legal to carry a weapon in the United States. We don't want them with it. So, but they don't care about the National Guard, because the National Guard is pretty much every one of them are police officers. Pretty much every one of the National Guard are police officers. Okay, and they're all called if they're needed, because there's not enough police or military. They call it in the National Guard. If you notice, they've been calling the National Guard in pretty regularly, and they say we got plenty of military. Say we got plenty of police, but they're not calling them. They're not calling them. They're calling the National Guard. Every time there's a riot or something goes on, they don't call the military. Oh, they don't have enough police, but they got enough military. Believe that. Why are they not calling the military? Instead, they're calling the National Guard when, Lord, I'm not gonna say what percentage, but I'm certain it's more than 50. Okay. If I had to be conservative, I'd say 75% of the National Guard, white nationalists. White nationalists. Same folk who was blowing up the federal building with Tim McVeigh that helped him, because he ain't do that by himself. If you think he did, y'all, you're an idiot, okay? Same folk that helped Timothy McVeigh, the same folk that smeared shit on the White House walls. They're not concerned about them. They're not. They're concerned about Black folks picking up arms, self-defending. Because the only reason I can think of that's who they're most concerned about, Hoover said it. And ain't nothing changed. Hoover said that we can't let these Black folk, he didn't say that word. He was worried about a Black Messiah. I wonder why. I wonder how he knows so much. We didn't even know it was going to be. We looked at him crazy back in the 1960s when he said that crap like Black Messiah. Yo, Black Messiah. We didn't even believe in a Black Messiah. Back then, all Messiahs was white or some other Buddhist or something. But Black? Nah. We didn't have that much value in ourselves. And I'm starting to believe we still don't. But hey, I'm a person of action. Show me. Show me. I don't believe, my ancestors always said a pair of lips to say anything. Y'all get back to Bible, because he got a word for you.
A militia is anybody that is not politically correct, which means it does not go with the normal flow of the government or to improve life outside of the system of what the government would want you to do. Let me show you who's on the militia list. Now, we know that all of your Black Nation of Islam and all your Black, and you already know that. But also on the militia list, the AKAs and all that, based on the Kenya plan, all the Black things. But the militia list also has Jenny Craig.
Hold up before he keep going. He's going to tell you about the militias. Jenny Craig is a white militia. This is not a racist thing. It's about power. But before he goes into that, he's talking about all the people on the militia list. He's getting ready to tell you some stuff that's going to blow your mind, but I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I'll come back to it.
Weight loss, all this weight loss stuff, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, any type of society where they could bring people into a group is a part of the militia. You see, Steve Coakley told you 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago, that they was going to use, even Cooper said, that they was going to use the Ku Klux Klan to get the bills passed.
Yep.
You understand? Everybody saying, yeah, these militias and all that.
So they use the Klan to get you scared. They use the white nationalists to get you scared, so you'll agree to put the militia thing down, and then that way, Black folk can't self-defend. Man, we need our own nation.
For you them to get the bill passed, so they can lock up you, it's all about you.
Yep.
Now let's deal with a little bit of the history of this thing. Number one, the government has been weak for the past 10, 15 years. The country got out of hand and they showed they were weak, first of all, because they couldn't win Vietnam. Number two, Iran and all of that stuff showed them that they were weak. So as a result, a part of the coup was, remember now in history, the Roman Empire empire was weak. They were weak for several hundreds of years, but they had established a certain amount of fear that you just didn't go up against the Roman Empire based on their history. Okay? But remember, the white vandals from Europe came in and not knowing the history of the Roman Empire came in, a few little white stragglers from Europe came in and toppled the whole government. You understand? Because they understand the propaganda of when something is weak, they have this propaganda to make it appear strong. So what happened? They understood based on Vietnam and based on the takeover in the 60s and a lot of things when even cracker children got from up under them, they understood that they were weak and they had to establish this totalitarian government under this great liberty again in these wars where black people, Americans never lost the war. Hell, they have won one in this today. They lost World War II. They lost the Korean War. They lost all the wars. It wasn't a victory since the doggone Civil War. And that wasn't really a war because they were fighting amongst each other. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the key is that they have been weak all of this century. They have had a propaganda of making themselves seem powerful. Now, what happened was that they had to release a certain amount of material to make themselves feel like the evil beast again. It's called that wolf ticket type thing. Now, the wolf ticket type material in 1970s and the early 80s, there was no books out on the Illuminati. Because if people even talk about Illuminati, they would come and take them out. One particular person, a group produced a film on the Illuminati in 1970s and the government rolled against it and took it out. Now, all of a sudden, these books come out around, what, 1990? So, you know, Bill Cooper's book and all this stuff here. This is the wolf ticket to make it appear that the government is this so-called New World Order and they got the strength with Europe and all that, and they did try to come together in 1990 with the wall coming down, you know, in Germany and also Russia, getting rid of communism. But as the spirit does, they threw the monkey wrench in for the united Europe and you had Bosnia break out. Okay? Now, they put out the material to actually combat you and put a fear in you, right? Now, as a result, it backfired on them because the Europeans in the pocket started taking the material and getting serious with it and established militias. You understand? To counter what was really meant for you. So as a result, the spirit has been holding them back from putting this New World Order in because now they got to try to put this New World Order down by June, but they understand, well, look, based on the Doggone, when I get into the real science of the time, if you know that this is the time now to bear witness, you would have started 10 years ago.
I just love Bobby Hemmitt. Bobby Hemmitt be breaking it on down there. Y'all understood what he's saying on there. He's basically letting you know that they have been trying to do this for a long time. That this video is old. This is an old video. So they've been doing everything they can to suppress the coming of the power of the Dogon or the dog, I'm sorry, not Dogon, but the dog star Sirius C bitch. I call her a bitch because that's what the ancestors wrote her as. She's deadly and she's loving all at the same time. She can take life and she can give it. She is a feminine entity, just like the moon is feminine. They say water is feminine. These are, that passed right by most of y'all when y'all heard about the feminine, the moon being called a she this, she that. The sun is always called he that. And it's actually literally spelled S-U-N, sun, instead of S-O-N. Call your sons what they are. They are the sun, S-U-N. They are the powerful, bright, illuminated energy. These people are using the illuminated energy. They are not able to control the feminine, dark energy because it is feminine. And these are all masculine powers, even the energy. Greed and power and selfishness is a masculine energy. And even if you're a woman, you operating in masculine energy, you're not operating in your feminine energy, you don't have the full control of the dark power. That dark power is the most deadly doesn't care, will fuck over you and anybody else. And for the sake of righteousness, including their children. My mama told my brother she'd kill him dead, shoot him herself if he came beating on that girl, his wife, or his baby's mother. She ran to my mama all the way to San Antonio. My brother, rest his soul. He need to rest, don't rise until I tell him to. Take that evilness and go take and fuck with somebody who's really fucked up. In fact, you know what? He can go and go over there to that rapist that raped me when I was 13. He can go on and go over there to him and fuck with him, but leave my seed alone. That's with my grandchildren. Yes, my rapist I bore a child for. Gave her up for adoption. It's in my book. You guys can read that later. But we're not going to digress any further. What I will say is this. That dark goddess energy of Sirius C, it is literally the dog star. So what's a female dog? It's a bitch. Yeah, I'm proud of that. I am proud of being a dark goddess, descendant of the dark goddess. Let me finish. Let me let y'all finish this video.
You wouldn't wait till the end time probably to start things. If the white man was really going to make his move, he would have started it in the 80s when black people were deaf, dumb, and blind. You see, greater than that, even in the 70s, but he didn't have the power to do that. So he put out this particular propaganda and it blew up in his face. And now the white militia will also come. And now they got to fight him. And now it's going to be a big war to wipe them out. They got to get them under control first before they go down and try to lock you down. Now, if you notice, they said John Doe number 2. How in the devil does the government know that in actuality that he might strike again? Come on, that's some bullshit. That's because they are planning to strike again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And this whole terrorist thing is basically meant for you. You see, so now all your concerned people and everybody else who was not being witness to anything, Lord, I just want to go to work and get paid. Now they can actually see this thing is actually unfolded, and we are right in the hour of this thing. You see, now I want to address the question. First of all, I want to address the question that what's his name wrote to me in the paper about space Christians and all this stuff, Brother Dale Jones. Now he's so-called in the revolutionary pit. So he's attacking me and Delbert Blair and a couple of other people. So he's in the revolutionary pit. And he hadn't killed anybody yet. Right? But I got some brothers, I got a brother that's so-called, he halfway Christian. And he's working with me in looking in Jesus, I'm going to introduce you. He done killed several crackers and got these crackers from killing black people. Another brother in Jacksonville. But he ain't killed nobody yet. You see what I'm saying? But then again, all this whole thing about the gun thing. Now listen. Now let's be sensible here. First of all, the first thing the government wants you to do, now I'm not saying not to buy no guns if the government busts up in your house. You don't take them out, that's self-defense. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not telling you not to do that. But the first thing the government wants you to do, the government understands that he cannot fight a war only, but on the physical level. He understands that he goes with anything on a force of nature and a force of high spirituality, he will lose. Because you can't win a war with a doggone ghost.
You heard that? All right, it's 10 minutes and 33 seconds into the video. I know it's probably 15 minutes so far into the video because I talk. I'm gonna end this here and I'll put up another one for you guys to watch later. But I'd love to hear your comments on what Bobby's talking about and love to hear if you understand everything he's talking about. The brother is something else. Actually, go ahead and catch this video yourself. Let me give you the name of this video because I had another one I want to do for you. Actually, no, this is the right one. We're gonna stay with this one. The name of this video is Bobby Hemmitt, the Black Sun. Let's have a little discussion on my page because see, I see a lot of things going on here. Open roads to understanding, protection, and peace.